Hi, welcome back to my channel. We're having like a gloomy, rainy day here in Chicago, so I thought that this would be a perfect time to drop this video about some knowledge that I have learned in my 41 years of life. And as you know, we're going to jump right in. And the first thing is do not tell everybody your hopes, goals, and dreams because everybody's not going to support it. I know that you're excited about starting this new journey in your life, so you just want to spread it. But when you tell people, people will sometimes have a negative opinion about it. So don't tell everybody. They got to tell you that you can and you can't do something, but they're talking from their limitations and their perspective. So you got to hear them say, "You sure you want to quit your job to do that? Really? But your job pays well." But they're not taking into consideration of what you want to do. So God gave you that dream. So you have to understand that because God gave you that dream, they can't see that dream. That's something I had to learn the hard way. Because when I started this channel, I was getting ready to quit my job at the gym, and I did tell a couple people, and their reaction, if you don't pay attention, it would sound like they're being supportive, but they're really not. They were saying along the lines of, "Oh, how are you going to make money doing that? Have you thought about how it's going to work out for you?" Okay, I could see that working, but so you got to be careful about that because they planted doubts, little seeds of doubts in your head. And only thing it takes is a little bit of doubt and you'll quit before you start. I'll give you an example. In the Bible, Peter, God told Peter to come walk on water towards him. He started walking on water, right? Then doubt creeped in. He started seeking. God had to pull him up. And God said, "You have of little faith. Why did you doubt?" So to tie this in, don't tell everybody. Keep your head down, do the work, hit your goals, and exceed at them. Don't tell everybody because everybody's not rooting for you. Number two, save your money. Most people spend their money before they even get it. And you know what they end up with? What you end up with? Broke, with no assets. So, so I know it's a little bit hard considering the fact that we live in times now where we're just trying to pay the rent. But I know some people have leftover money and it's like liquid. Once they get it's already spent already. For what? To buy unnecessary things that you don't need. Buy assets before you buy liability, which means buy stock, buy gold, buy property, even invest in vending machines. Start your own little business because the money that you spend, you will eventually need at some point. So, like I tell people all the time during COVID, it should have taught people to save their money because everybody's one, two checks away from being homeless because everything's going up. Probably in a couple more months, a bag of oranges is going to be $10. But save your money for a rainy day. You never know if there's going to be an emergency. Most people, guys should have an emergency fund. Don't know if you're going to have a health scare. Your car's going to break down. You need food. You never know what's going to happen to you. So save your money. Stop spending it on materialistic things. And to piggyback on top of that, stop letting social media make you guys go out and buy the latest stuff, that crap that you don't need. Because this is what I learned. What you end up spending the most money on, like a bag or something, one day you're going to end up having to sell that bag. So save your money. Trust me, you ain't missing out. Number three, have a work-life balance. Work is always going to be there. Bills is always going to be there. Take the time to enjoy life. I'm guilty of being one of those people where I just work. my whole life at 41. Like I always had two jobs ever since I was 17. I just now slowed down in life maybe a couple years ago because I just I never took the time to take vacations, took the time to really hang out with my friends. So now I'm like catching up, trying to enjoy life. I mean, these jobs don't care about you, right? Y'all do know that, right? So take your PTO, take your sick days, take your vacation days. If your child is sick, who cares about this job? Work your 40 hours and go home. Don't do nothing extra. If if one thing I learned from the last few weeks or months from that Wells Fargo fiasco was these jobs don't care. That lady was her name was Denise. She was 60 years old. I'm not sure how long she worked at Wells Fargo, but she was dead in her cubicle for 4 days before the company found her. That shows how little they care about you. We're all numbers, just a number when it comes to businesses. By the end of the day, if you die today, your job position will be listed. They'll be looking for somebody tomorrow morning. They'll be like this in the meeting. A word of silence for Mia. Okay, back to business. So yes, do your job, go home, go on vacation, have a good time. Do not work yourself to death. There's more to life than working yourself to the ground for people who don't care anyway. And you guys get 15-cent raises, which is what they did to the nurses here in Chicago. Number four, I would never stop preaching this. Go to therapy. We all got some messed up, jacked up childhood trauma that really does affect our lives. If you wonder why you make the same decisions, the same mistakes over and over again, pretty sure it has something to do with your childhood. And first of all, I have noticed that everybody needs therapy because hurt people hurt people. I started doing therapy a while ago, but I go on and off. And I do notice that well, I just had a breakthrough in therapy because that's how I could tell you guys that how that you keep it like for example, you keep ending up in the same relationships. Reason behind that. But hurt people hurt other people. And if you don't get control of your emotions and your feelings and money, which affects your life, you got to keep going in circles and going in circles and wonder why you're not progressing and moving anywhere in life. You want to show up as your best self when you meet your partner. You don't want to show up with trauma and baggage. I mean, we all do, but you do want to show up as your best self so you can meet the best person for you. I learned that you are going to meet people where you are at in life. So if you are meeting someone where you have a lot of trauma going on, that's who you're going to meet. You are who you attract. You attract who you are. There you go. So from each relationship I've been in, I learned something about myself. And therapy is not a marathon. It's not a marathon. I mean, a sprint. It's a marathon. It takes a while to heal from all the hurt. But that's number one. I'm an advocate for all the time. I think everyone should go to therapy. It does completely wonders. It open up your mind to a different perspective too, and have you look at yourself, and you have to give yourself accountability on why you are stagnant, why you are the way that you are. It's only for the better. Take care of your mental health. That is severely the most important. So yes, couple therapy works too. I know it's hard sometimes to get your partner to go, but it absolutely works. Last thing, number five, is go to a trade school. If I had to do it all over again, I would have went to a trade school. College is just overpriced. It's expensive. Every year it gets more expensive, and honestly, you're in debt before you even start your life. It's like a trap. Trade school are between like 6 months to 2 years, and you could and blue collar jobs are popping right now. Let me tell you. Blue collar blue collar jobs are more safe than white collar jobs. Go to school for HVAC, electrician, plumbing, pipe fitter. Those men work hard and they stay paid. Even in COVID, they still had a job. So it's not as expensive as you go to college. Like people think like the only way through to make it in life is to go to college. No, it's not. It's too expensive. I would say take a year off, decide what you want to do, and if you still want to go to college, then go to college. But I would most definitely go to a trade school. You'll be done faster. You can start your career, and you don't have to start your life in 100, 200, 80,000 something dollars in debt for a degree you're not going to use to begin with. I understand college has its place, but to me, I have 3 degrees and I don't use either of them. And I know somebody's going to say, well, that's your fault. No, it is, but it isn't. But that's for another story. I went to school for political science. I wanted to work for Homeland Security. Then I wanted to do public policy. And I was already in college for like 8 years at that point. I did not want to go back to school for another 2 years to get my master's, to work in the mailroom at the White House or Homeland Security. Um, I didn't want to move either. But yes, try to go to the trade school. There's nothing wrong with you working with your hands. So I hope something that I said resonated with you and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And thanks for watching my channel. Hit that button to subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.